Well, Bitcoin blazed a path in 2017. It kicked off the year. Look at this chart at about $1,000. It soared to a lifetime high of about $20,000 by the middle of this month. But after that surge, well, look at the rest of that chart on the right. We saw the value plunge to as low as $11,000 at one point. So we ask, what's ahead for the very volatile cryptocurrency in 2018? Will it survive? Will it lose its spot as the world's most popular virtual currency? Let's bring in Moonlighting CEO Jeff Tennery. Your company is an on-demand hiring platform, great for freelancers, so we can explain to our viewers what you're actually engaged in. But it's good to see you, Jeff. You know,
good to have you.
There's so many question marks about the future of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular. Where do you see it going?
Well, I tell you, I think Bitcoin has a little bit of an identity crisis right now. It's there's such mania and a fever about getting in on it, and people feel left out. And I think Bitcoin hasn't quite found its place. Is it an asset? Is it a utility? And I think, this year was a year around trying to figure out what is Bitcoin.
Identity crisis, right? I love the Morgan Stanley note from earlier in the week, basically saying, well, if it's an asset, it's worth nothing. Potentially, it could drop to zero, completely worthless. On the other hand, you have something like gold that's always going to be worth something. What do you make of that report from Morgan Stanley?
Well, I think what's tough about it, when you think about gold, it's tough to go use gold at the grocery store to pay your rent, right? So there has to be some currency. Nice. And because the world's becoming more digital by the day and more mobile, people need to be able to exchange currency much more rapidly and more fast. And as the world gets smaller and people conduct business all around the world, you need some sort of currency that is faster. And I think that's what Bitcoin and really Ether and other types of cryptocurrency present for users.
Yeah, I remember when people said, I'm never going to pay with my phone, leave my wallet at home. Are you crazy? And look, so many people are doing the mobile payment thing now. And we have, in terms of cryptocurrency, Overstock, Virgin Galactic. These are retailers that are accepting Bitcoin. Do you think Walmart or Amazon or a major player in retail will?
I think absolutely, because it is the fastest way to make a payment, and mobile is becoming such a big part of the commerce world. People are conducting more and more business through that. So, yeah, absolutely. I think people are becoming more comfortable with it. And as I think Bitcoin is more accepted, I think some of the craze around it, you'll see it really in practical use as opposed to just being traded really on a lot of speculation.
But the worry is criminality. And we were speaking to the CEO of Carbon Black yesterday. This is what he had to say about that.
The attackers out there using Bitcoin as the primary currency to remain anonymous and be able to drive billions of dollars in illegal criminal activity. Bitcoin is behind that.
So when, if ever, Jeff, can Bitcoin gain legitimacy? I thought, and for a time, that the futures trading on the CBOE and the CME would do it, but where do you stand on this?
Yeah, well, I tell you, Bitcoin, a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin because that's the grand poobah of cryptocurrency right now. There's a second currency called Ether that you're seeing a lot of these initial coin offerings, and something we're planning on doing next year. The initial coin offering gives really more legitimacy because people will be using their coin or their token to be able to actually do something, utilize it for something other than trading. And so I think that's where the mystery around Bitcoin is how will people use it? I think as more and more retailers and top companies, Microsoft, other companies are using it as a payments mechanism, I think that some of that fear will be removed from the market.
Yeah. Your company is launching your own token. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're calling it the Moonbit, and we're working on this now. And one of the things that I described to people, 2017 was a year where it was like quantity over quality, where there was a ton of initial coin offerings, a lot of scams, a lot of bad apples out there that were really just doing it based on a PowerPoint and just putting it in front of, grandmothers taking money out of their IRAs, which is something that, no one wants to see that. I think 2018, because of the legitimacy around Ether and really the companies that are using it, you'll see more quality over quantity and people that are doing it the right way. And that's what we're doing. We're working with some of the top law firms and advisors to do it the right way, similar to Overstock.com.
I got to play devil's advocate here, though, because 2017 was also the year of the ransomware attack, the hack attack. And a lot of these criminals, these hackers, want to get paid in Bitcoin because it's harder to trace and it's so anonymous, and now we're starting to see a crackdown. But we're also starting to see investors say, we want in.
Yeah. Well, I think separating really utility from investment. Yeah. I think that's the part that I think Bitcoin is suffering. Going back to that identity crisis I mentioned before, is there's that, what is Bitcoin? What is it going to be? And I think people are really perplexed by it. In Ether and with companies like Moonlighting that are legitimate, we have 600,000 users on our platform right now that are using our freelance services.
Yep.
Having a real utility and being able to use it for payments and using it for other services, that's where the credibility will come to the market. I think that's why 2018 promises to be very good for companies that are using it the right way, as opposed to it being really a speculative asset that people are trading on.
And the search for volatility in the process. Jeff, thank you very much, and good luck to you.